All right, so we're gonna get started because I really only got till 5:15.
Okay.
'Cause the days are just crazy. Hi, Tim.
Hi, Tracy. How are you?
How you doing?
Good. Am I on mute or can you hear me?
Nope, can hear you.
All right, good. I'm
All
driving
right.
the car.
Okay. Well,
Glad
be
to be
safe,
here.
Tim.
Thank you.
Be safe.
I am. I'm not. That's why I'm not on video. I'm just talking and just listening.
Okay. All right then. So we're just gonna go ahead and get started with the Finance Committee Subcommittee just to talk about the ARPA funds. Basically, Lindsay, we just start with the overview on what's been spent so far in the ARPA funds, and then we go into questions.
Sure. So there hasn't been much that's changed outside of what we've already brought to you. We had the purchase of the buildings. We have the 3 staffers on the fund, which is Tom Moore and his 2 analysts, Sam and Vanessa. I don't know if we
there's 2?
There's 2 now, yeah. So I think actually Vanessa's been hired since we last spoke. It's Vanessa Lima. She used to work for the Springfield Police Department, and now she's over in our department as a senior analyst for the ARPA funding under Tom.
Okay.
So as of now, there's no additional funding that's gone out. We just, as you probably saw, we issued the RFPs. So there's no anticipated spending. I can't say that won't change, but as of right now, there's no anticipated spending and, before the RFP process has begun.
Okay. Now you said Sam, does he have a different name? There's another analyst that got a name that I can't.
Yes. So he goes by Sam.
Okay.
And
yeah, that's him. I just couldn't.
Yeah.
I didn't know if it was someone else.
No, that's him.
Okay, he goes by
Sam Saha is his name. He goes by Sam.
Okay. All righty. Okay, so the 2.7 on the buildings, the 3 staff, and is that all?
Yes, that's all as of now. I'm sorry, what?
Well, isn't there, pardon me.
Sure.
And the merit.
Yeah, and the merit stuff too, right? That
Yes.
was also.
Yes, sorry, yes.
Okay.
What
was that about?
I'm sorry, what I was just saying was that there was nothing outside of addition to what you've already been made aware outside of that one really additional analyst, because you knew about Sam already.
Right.
Okay.
So last time we talked, the merit pay was around $4 million for DPW and the police. Did that also include the non-bargaining employees?
Yes.
Okay. So where are we up to now?
I don't have that available. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick. Just give me a second.
Sure, no problem.
So as of right now, I'm just totaling all of the salary lines in the ARPA fund, which would include any merit pay and any of Tom's staff. And it's still the 4 million. So there hasn't been a lot of movement since then.
Okay. All right. As far as the RFPs go, I know that they're out and then there's some more coming out at the end of the month. But is the time that people can actually submit them November 1st?
The time that they can submit the opening?
Yeah. I thought that was the date, but I wasn't 100%.
Let me check for you because that's something I don't know. I tried to get as prepared as I could.
You did great.
Yeah, yes, you're right. November 1st.
Okay.
And it's a rolling process. So Obviously, we don't know the volume that we're going to be getting and having to be reviewed and kick out. So right now it's rolling until potentially we put a pause on it so we can get caught up or whatever, but it's going to be a rolling basis. There's no firm end date in sight as of right now.
And I think I got a question yesterday on who would be the reviewers. And I think Tom said one person from the city council, one person from finance, and one person from the mayor's staff.
Yeah, so let me explain that a little bit.
Okay.
The actual people have not been chosen yet. I might be one, so I hesitate talking about, proposals or anything too much, but
Yeah.
There's going to be an evaluation committee that's going to go through all of the RFPs. And those people are going to be reviewing, summarizing, and that is going to be a representative from the Department of Recovery and Business Continuity, Tom's department, a representative from Eco Development, and a representative from Finance from our office. Those proposals then go to the advisory committee, which is made up of the 5 that I think you were talking about: a representative from City Council, the City Clerk, Chief Development Officer, the CAFO, and the Director of Technical Assistance and Compliance.
That's Chase Swan.
Yes.
Who's the Director of what, Business Development? Is that what you said? Echo Dev?
Oh, Chief Development Officer. Yeah, Tim Sheehan.
Oh, Tim Sheehan. Okay. All right. Okay.
So that's the advisory committee, those 5. So really the only, obviously those are their titles, but the one that really hasn't been named is whoever's going to be from City Council.
Okay. Okay. All right. Any questions from counselors? Oh, welcome, Counselor Jesse Letterman. Sorry, Jesse, I just had my questions just going.
Yes, I have a question, Tracy.
Okay.
Thanks. Who will be selecting it's interesting. There's a little process put together for these different groups that are involved in the decision process. Who's going to select the city councilors? Is that a Marcus Williams thing, or is it a volunteering thing, or is there been any talk about that?
I believe that decision will be left up to the president.
Okay, that's fine. And so Tom is overseeing this whole thing. I guess we'll talk about it more as it rolls out, but you just outlined a committee, then there's a committee underneath the committee that the city council and a few other people are on. And once they make a recommendation, does it come back through that super committee on top kind of thing?
There's the evaluation committee. The evaluation committee is the one who reviews, summarizes all of the proposals and submits them to the advisory committee, who then will make recommendations to the mayor.
So those names of those committees make sense to you, but they don't yet make sense to me. So which is the committee on top that looks at everything? What's the name of that committee?
I don't know what you mean by on top. There's the evaluation committee made up of 3 people that takes all of the RFPs, reviews them, summarizes them. They then submit those to the advisory committee of those 5 people. And then that advisory committee will submit their recommendations to the mayor.
So it doesn't go back through that first committee. It goes directly to the mayor. Okay. And is there a dollar amount limit? I didn't look at the RFP. Is there a dollar amount limit on these RFPs?
Am I froze? I think we lost her.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Can you hear me?
No,
yeah, my questions aren't that critical.
We lost her, but that's okay. I think she'll rejoin in a minute and then.
Okay, all right. That's all right. That's fine.
That's
I'm
the
all
question
set
I
for
wanted
now
to know
until
too,
she gets back.
anyway, because I forgot to ask that. Is there like a dollar amount limit per bucket? So that's a great question. She said she'll
Okay, I
be,
mean, the RFPs are out on the website, I believe.
yeah, but they don't say like this bucket has 3 million. It doesn't say anything, or it doesn't say like each organization will get a maximum of whatever. It doesn't say anything like that, because I did read them.
That's what I mean. Yeah,
Yeah, huh?
that's fine. I just, a lot of that questions on the table, we can get it
Okay.
answered.
Okay, yeah, she said her phone died. She's gonna join right. I mean, her computer died. She's gonna join right now.
Since I'm driving, who else? I don't know. Who else
Just
is on this besides you and me and Jesse and Lindsay?
that's it.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear your answer.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It went out.
That's it for now.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay. Yeah, that's it. Here she goes.
Okay, I guess I didn't
Okay.
take this warning very seriously.
Thanks, Lindsay.
I mean,
Tom,
it's like your battery's gonna die, and I was like, bye. Like,
he was like, I got enough time. So Tim was asking, I think it was two-part question, like, is there a cap on the amount that organizations can apply for? And is there like amount in each bucket type deal? Is there an amount for small businesses? Is there an amount for new businesses and so on?
right. So no, there was no cap outlined in the RFP. And there's not a designated amount or percentages in any buckets as of right now.
Okay. Any other questions, Counselor Allen?
No, I'm good for now. I have to think about the answers a little. This is going to play out a little bit, so that's fine. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Counselor Letterman?
Thanks, Madam Chair. I just had a quick question about the review process, Lindsay. So through the chair, I know there's the 3 RFPs out now, and then you plan to put 3 more out, right, for some different categories?
Yeah, there's going to be more coming. Yes.
Okay, so is the review committee going to be the same for, or at least the advisory committee, or maybe the review committee as well, going to be the same for all these different categories?
So as of right now, I don't think the answer to that is necessarily yes. Definitely for the evaluation committee, because it's just representatives from each of those respective offices. Obviously, the advisory committee can't change that much because it's the city clerk, chief development officer, CAFO, and director of technical assistance and compliance. I mean, and I would have to reread the RFPs. I don't know if the advisory committee could potentially also be a representative for those people. But
well, I'm not
right
so concerned with who it is. I'm not really so concerned with who it is. I'm actually more so thinking of the departments represented, right? My only point being, so it's, I mean, so the review committee is just, tell me the evaluation committee is the director of technical compliance, Jay Swan, right?
No.
Somebody from Tom's department, right?
No, the evaluation committee is a representative from Tom's department, a representative from EchoDev, and a representative from finance.
Okay.
Chase Wan
So
right now has no employees. We're in the process of interviewing for him. He's only a one-man band department right now, and he's included on the
Sure.
advisory committee.
okay. So on the advisory committee,
Mhm.
I guess my thought is certainly those departments are relevant and those individuals themselves are skilled individuals, but this is pretty broad funding categories. So I just wonder about, I mean, for example, like there's no representation from HHS, like there's no representation from other large departments that touch a lot of the areas that I think people will be applying for funds to work in or to accomplish things in. So I guess that makes me a little curious about what involvement and how proposals will be evaluated. Do you know what I mean?
I do, and I was not part of the process of choosing who's on what committees or how it's set up. So unfortunately, I don't have any insight into why or how or. All I know is this is what's listed on these 3 RFPs. I don't know if it will change with the other RFPs, but this is what is outlined in each of the RFPs that just have been released.
Sure.
And
All right. Thank you.
I know in past meetings, Tom did say that it would be different people on, I don't know if that's the advisory council or the evaluation process, but I know he did say he wanted different counselors to look at different RFPs. But I think that that's a good point, and maybe you could like email him about it, Counselor Letterman, and like I would like to know the answer to that too. So if you don't mind CCing me, that would be great.
For sure.
Okay, thank you. I don't have any additional questions. Do either of you?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
My question is, and I have not read the RFP, so this may be in there, but we've just asked 10 or 15 minutes worth of questions on the same thing. How does this process work? Who's on what committee? I hope that my recommend, and that we're only 3 counselors. There's 10 others who are going to ask the same questions. So I think it would be good if there was a document, 1-pager, that summarized this process as it's set up, that we could just refer to. And
Sure.
I know if you could put something together with what the different committees are, what the rules of the road are so far. I mean, it could be a work in progress. It probably will be a work in progress because, things will change. This is a whole new process, but it would be really good to just have something to start with, because even the names of which committee is which, that's why I was calling it committee number 1, the committee on top, because those names advisory. Yeah, I'll say, go ahead.
Counselor, it is, the RFP is literally 1 page and everything is included in it. There's a summary page for the RFP. I can forward you the website. You said you haven't read them yet. I can forward you the website. It is literally 1 page. Everything I've went over is included in it.
So even I could read.
I mean, there's nothing to summarize. It is very, very short,
Okay.
sweet, to the point.
All right, then I'll take a look at that and then I'll make my.
Accordingly,
And
but it's
I
such a
can forward
process
forward
that
that
so many
link
people
out.
are going to be interested in having as much of it documented to avoid. I mean, I probably asked 5 or 6 questions on this call just about these committees, and Jesse asked a couple, and we haven't, So anyway, send me that stuff. I'll look it over, and we'll go from there.
Can you send it to the whole council so that you're not getting inundated with the same questions? Because I know that in the past meetings, we had to ask the same questions about the process. And Tom kind of said the same thing that you're saying now, except I didn't know there was going to be an advisory and an evaluation committee.
Good.
So that's a little bit
Hey,
different.
Tracy, I've got to scoot, and I'm not
Okay.
hearing you. I just got out of my car, and I can't hear you.
Yeah, we're about to end the meeting anyway. I'm just asking
but
her to send
I'm
that
going to
information to
my,
all of us.
Going to a soccer game.
Okay. Well, thanks for joining, Tim.
So I'm sorry, I'm not hearing anything.
Okay.
Hi,
All
guys.
right. Bye. All right, if Counselor Letterman doesn't have any additional questions, we can go ahead and end the meeting.